I'm hoping this works. Hello. Good morning, Juliana. Oh my God, I was sitting on the side and I was just like, add me, add me, add me, add me, and then finally you. I was waiting. I was waiting for a request. I was like, oh my God, why would I see it? Am I doing something wrong? No, I know it's always terrifying. These lives, I'm telling you, the part that's most terrifying about these lives is, of course, just getting the tech through. But now that we're there, can you hear me? I just want to ask everyone before I start talking about how amazing you are. Can you hear me? Can everyone just say a hi for the ones who are on this live? Can you hear us all? Because most of them are not here to hear me. They're here to listen to you. Avid, can you hear me okay? Yes. Perfect. Great. Is there a thumbs up from everyone? Okay, everyone, here we are on Freedom to Feed, joined by the lovely Ileana. Of course, we're going to talk about motherhood. We're going to talk about breastfeeding. We're going to talk about normalizing conversations about postpartum. And most importantly, we're going to talk about how much your life has changed and how much you thought it would change after becoming a mom. Lots and lots and lots of conversations. And the reason why you're here, Ileana, I want to tell you, is that through conversation, on the community and the community page, you're going to make a major difference because there are lots and lots of moms who are going to listen to you right now, even after.
What's going
Probably going to be different. But any, sorry I'm interrupting you, but any generationally, like, did you see any stark difference? Like, if she's had 4 kids, you don't question that. I mean, no one can, right? Because 1 is okay, 2 is great, 3 is a party, 4 is like, that's it. Like, you're half a doctor by then. But I'm just saying, well, that's a joke, of course, but I'm just saying that, what did you think? Like, because you're saying that I wanted to do this differently. Sometimes even with my mom, I want to do stuff differently, but then I realize I am the same person. Like but this conversation is not about me. So what did you see that was different from your mom raising 4 kids at that time versus you having Kwan raising him? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I wasn't aware of, like, for example, something as simple as water. Like, you're not supposed to give a baby water, like, when you're newborns. But I remember that, when not like maybe my cousin's kids or somebody, like, we'd give them certain things, like, oh, they've got like an upside tummy, and it's like a certain water that we would give babies. But like here, it's like, no, it's like you don't give your baby water, it's not good for them. So like lots of things like that. But I just feel like the way I wanted to bathe him, for example. Like she was like, I'm not sure. She's like, it's been a while since I've given a baby a bath. But she was trying to explain to me, and I was like, no, I don't do it that way. So I was like this incredibly, like, maybe a little bit overly paranoid mom, and I probably got on her nerves a lot. But I think she kind of got it. She understood that I needed to do things my way. I needed to figure it out my way. And I don't know, maybe there was some sort of an instinct in me that just wanted to do things a specific. Like, I was worried about my kids, my baby's skin, for example. I didn't even let my husband kiss the baby. That's okay. To each his own. So, like, okay, fine. And what was his reaction to that? He was very tolerant of me, I would say. No, clearly, yeah. No, but I'm just saying, to each his own. Like, every parent knows what's best for their child, and if you think a certain way, I feel like it's really okay. Tell me, is it different now that you've had Keanu, and are you less, if I may use the right word, as you use, right? Yeah, paranoid. I didn't want to, but are you less paranoid? Because it changes, right, for the second one. Certain things, yes. I mean, like with Koa, I remember I was tracking everything. So from the day he was born, I was like at the hospital. They asked you to track how many times you fed the baby, how many diapers you changed. Was it a wet diaper? Was it a poop, or was it a pee? So all these things, and I remember having these little notes, because I still have my phone somewhere, of how many times I was fed. And I think I did that for, I don't know, maybe at least a month or 2. Because I was really worried, like, as soon as he was born, he was a certain weight, and then we left the hospital, his weight was much lower. So I was I was like, why has he lost so much weight? And then you go for his first hospital appointment, his first pediatric appointment, and I was told that he had dropped even more weight. So I was incredibly worried because, then it comes into then the whole breastfeeding thing comes into play. It's like your milk really hasn't come in yet. It's been like 3 days. And you worry, at least I worried, is it going to be enough? Am I going to have to formula feed? I don't want to formula feed. And again, it was a weird, like, I was very conflicted, because I was like, there's nothing wrong with formula, but somewhere inside me, it was like, I feel like I've failed if I don't feed my child, if I can't feed my child. So there was a lot of all of those feelings, and I was really paranoid. Like, every appointment we had with Koa, it was just like, I was so anxious. I was like, I really hope he's going to put on weight. I really hope his weight's okay. I really hope everything's all right. So with Keanu, I think, of course, there was the same worry, but I think maybe I wasn't as stressed, and I took it a little easy, and I was like, okay, if this weight does drop considerably, we'll figure it out. We can always lean on formula if we have to, and we have the luxury and access to those things. But I was fortunate enough that, I didn't have a problem with his weight. I mean, the doctor's like, oh my God, he's actually gained like over a pound. Really quickly. And also because you're like, I feel like if the mom's a little more relaxed, then
I think
also
so.
the interpretation of every checkup, and by the second time around, like we also had like multiple things, like for instance. There's a huge amount of concern about jaundice at birth and things like that.
Yeah.
And then during Gurik's time, it was, it lasted longer, but then you're just less paranoid. I also feel you're more busy because you have two to look into. So your anxiousness kind of takes a backseat because there's only that much mental space you have. But more importantly, when you're talking about, okay, so you spoke about keeping that the notes. Even I had a diary. I'm not good with tech, of course, you know that. So I had a diary where I would write down everything because I was also feeding. And again, nothing wrong with formula, no judgment of that. Nothing wrong with not being able to express as much. It's every mom's journey with their baby, and breastfeeding, of course. It's so we started Freedom to Feed when Meher was. I started Freedom to Feed when Meher was 8 months old. I felt that breastfeeding is spoken about very little. It still is a very large topic. You need to, and it is. Of course, there's a huge amount of medical infrastructure around it, but I feel that there's a lot that can be solved through community and community help, like lack of judgment, normalizing conversations, not sexualizing it, also realizing how isolating it is for a mom. And you know how it's like, oh, it's not just like, oh, बच्चे के feed का time है तो कमरे में ले जाओ. You're a food source.